Hello guys, this is Shar. Welcome back to my channel. Thank you so much for returning. Now this video is about the review of last night's episode of Love and Marriage. This was the second rendition of the reunion. Now, the episode picks back up with Kimmy and Mel finishing up their discussion about why Kimmy feels that Mel goes around saying whatever she wants to say about everybody else, but when someone has something to say about her or her family or her marriage to Dummy, there's a problem. And she wants to call people up, gather everyone up, or gather those specific people up that she has an issue with, and have a discussion as to why you feel comfortable with speaking on me or speaking on my family or speaking on my marriage that I had with Dummy. And that was pretty much the sentiment of this reunion, in my opinion, that everyone wanted to gather Mel up and basically give her a taste of her own medicine. That's what they feel. And if you do not believe that, then we believe it when Marceau multiple times kept sitting back and saying, talking to Mel, saying, gather her up, take your gathering. And Kimmy said it as well. You know, Mel can go around talking junk about everybody else, but when someone says something about her or her situations or whatever, you know, Mel likes to call you up and gather you up and have a discussion, yada, 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 right? We heard them say that. So to me, in my opinion, this was the reunion when everyone sat back and said, well, you know what? We're going to give Mel a taste of her own medicine, or so they feel is a taste of her own medicine. Gather her ass up. And we're going to put our 2 cents in about how she tends to gather people up and let them have it about what they saying or whatever. We're going to do that to her. And that's what they did. I guess they probably all got together, probably at Black. It was all 4 of the Scotts. Fletcher and Nell probably came. Destiny came. I don't know if they asked Shamar and Ken to come or not. They probably left Martell out as well, because nobody really deep down likes Martell right now. They all just tolerate him. But they all got together and said, this is what we're going to do to Mel. We're going to gather her up. They came up with that word because that's what they feel like Mel does. And they said that they were going to gather her up during this reunion. And that's what they feel like they did. So, moving on from Kimmy asked, and mind you, let's not forget, Kimmy knew exactly what time it was with this whole discussion about her husband, because Mel went live about a week and a half ago, and told us that she literally called Kimmy up and told her, like, yeah, they want me to ask you about the situation with Maurice. You know, I don't want to do it or whatever, blah, blah, blah. So she knew. So when Mel was discussing it with her, you know, trying to finalize this discussion, Kimmy gonna bust out and say, that's bullshit. No, Kimmy, the way you're acting during this reunion is bullshit, because you knew that I called and told you that they wanted me to ask you about this. So for you to be going in the way that you are, talking about a botched butt job and all this and that, going in hard like you had no idea, is, you know, the act of a lifetime. But anyway, moving on. Going on to Miss Nail. Miss Nail, I'm disgusted with Miss Nail, Miss Tasmanian Devil, because that's what she gives, her little short self with them little blonde wigs and them thick eyebrows. Miss Tasmanian Devil, and her temperament, Miss Tasmanian Devil. I'm sick of Miss Nail. And your daughter-in-law is a little sympathetic for you, because she knows and she's hearing and seeing how everyone is dragging you and going in on you on these YouTube streets because how you're doing Mel. Mel is no saint. However, It's been two discussions about this whole mentor thing in your mother that you and Mel have had, and to Mel's understanding, after y'all have had the discussion the first time, she think it's good. Y'all have apologized to each other. Y'all move on to other conversation, laugh and kiki. And here it is. It comes up again a month or a few weeks later. Then at the bridal store, she finds out yet still after they had the first discussion that you still feel away. You tell her about it at the bridal store. And here it is, a few weeks later, a month or so, yada, yada, yada. At the reunion, it's coming up again. Nell, I'm going to need you to go get therapy. Stay in the therapy for more than a week or so, or a month. Or either gather the family up and go back out to the gravesite. Tell them all to stay in the car. And you have a discussion with your mother by yourself on your knees. Because you are not to make anybody feel guilty because you feel guilty because you didn't spend all the time that you could have spent with your mother, who clearly was very ill, very sick, and it was touch and go. And let's say, for the sake of argument, Mel did call you and say, come over. Martell's mistress just called me again and was just telling me he just left and was telling me that he did this and did that to her or whatever. Even if she did call, for the sake of this argument, even if she did actually call you and say, come over, if you know your mother is touch and go, sickly like this, why did you go? Why did you go? Yes, your friend needs you, but why would you go if you felt like your mother was this sick? That ain't got nothing to do with Mel. That has nothing to do with whatever friend did this to you when you know what's more important to you. So the fact that you decided not to stay with your ill mother that was touch and go, you don't know if and when she's going to pass, any day, any week, any month, and you still decided to go over whomever house, that's on you. That's on you, Nell. That has nothing to do with Mel. And also, if Mel, I believe, in my opinion, if Mel knew that your mother was sick like that, like real sickly, I don't think she would have been asking you to come over like that. I really don't. Because she knows the importance of somebody's mother and their mother being real sick. You can't come over to somebody else's house. You want to be close with your ailing parent. Now, maybe they could have had these discussions over the phone and, Neil not go over there. But deep down, honestly, in my opinion, I don't think she even knew that her mother was that sick. And even if she did, Nell, you're making the decision. You're making the choice to still leave and go over somebody else's house. So that has nothing to do with Melody. That's all you, boo. Your decisions to leave your mama. And now that your mother actually died, God bless the dead, now you feel guilty because you didn't spend all those moments with her that you could have. You was over Mel in them house. And then on top of that, it's the word mentor. Mentor does mean training up, educating someone on something, allowing somebody to learn something from you. And Mel really just thought that she was confiding in a friend about how effed up her marriage was and how effed up her husband was, allowing Coleslaw to, basically F up the marriage, call her, go off on her, call her out of her name, call her and tell her everything that's going on, everything sexually that her and her husband was doing. She just thought she was venting. I don't think she felt like you was her mentor, Nell. Get over it. Please, let it go. You got in the truck, parked it, and you getting back in the truck and driving it more down the road. You parked it. It's done. You landed. She keep bringing this mess back up. Then Miss Nell, Carlos King asks Nell about Destiny and Lance, her son. He asked, how would you feel about Destiny being a part of your family? Maybe not in those exact words, but that was the gist. And I forgot how Nell said it, but it wasn't an ideal thing for her. She could take it or leave it, but she definitely would leave it because it just wasn't an ideal thing for her. She's been around Dusty for a minute now, filming, going places, coming to her events, seeing how she moves, seeing the things that she say, how she thinks. And she's starting to see Dusty for who and what she is, which is a dishonest person, a user, a gaslighter to make herself always seem like the victim, and an opportunist. Anytime one arrives, no matter who's around, this girl actually made a play for someone in front of a guy's mother that she was currently dating at that time, and pretty much expected the mother not to say anything or had a problem because the mother did not appreciate her trying to actually holler at a guy when she was supposedly dating the woman's son. It's like the nerve of this woman. Destiny is so fake and so pathetic. I mean, so pathetic on so many levels. And this woman is going to get her just desserts sooner than later. And I feel like her just desserts is going to be the relinquishing of her full custody of her child. Because you never win when you play dirty. In my Nene Leakes voice. You never win when you play dirty. And Destiny is the queen of playing dirty and being in the dirt. Because that's all she knows, unfortunately. It's just all she knows. She probably, too, should have really gotten therapy after her daddy was able to get her out of the system, foster care or whatever. Because of what she had been through when she went through that. It's probably a lot of things she needed to work out, And then as she got older, she developed this mentality of, she's owed things from everyone. The only thing she's probably owed is something from her mama. And even then, her mother was on a controlled substance. But the only somebody who might owe you something is your mother. But she has this mentality because she grew up hard and ended up being in foster care that everybody owes her something. And she's going to get what she feels she deserves by any means necessary, even if she got to lie about it. And that's just my opinion of Destiny, just in a nutshell. You know what I mean? Of course, we could go on and on about her. But just in a nutshell, that's my opinion about Destiny, allegedly. And, basically Miss Nell knows and sees how she moves, and she don't care for Destiny. Definitely not being in her family. But, it seems like Nell is even having reservations of being close with Destiny because, again, she's starting to see how Destiny moves. And for some reason, Nell really believes that Destiny told her that she was 42. And I don't really know exactly how old Destiny is, but I don't believe that she's 42. She could be, but I don't think she is. I have no idea, though. Drop down in the comments if any of you know how old Destiny is. But she doesn't look 42, but 42 is not old at all. But I don't know. I just felt like she was probably in her late 30s. But hey, she could be 40. But Nell seems to really think she's 42 and Lance is 33. So she already had a slight reservation with that because she feels like Destiny was a little older than her son. But yeah, it's this reunion was just, like I said, they all really felt like they was really just going to gather Mel up and just try to bombard her with a lot of stuff, a lot of their gripes with Mel when Mel has already stated she's never told y'all that you can't come to her about something that you hear or say. Mel has a problem with when reporters and journalists ask y'all about Mel or her marriage situation or whatever, or anything pertaining to her children in these court cases or whatever. They ask y'all about it and y'all actually comment on it instead of saying no comment. I'm not really sure. That has nothing to do with me or whatever. Y'all actually comment. When she says, why do y'all do that when y'all don't know what's what? And whatever you think you know, you're getting it from Martell, and he's always lying. So the stuff you do say is not even accurate because you're getting it from him, somebody who's always making up stuff. So, yeah. Then Sonny comes out. It's so ironic that Sonny and Destiny both have on red. I don't know what that means. I guess they just both happen to like the color red and found dresses that were red. Destiny was giving Mae West. My sister showed me pictures of Mae West. It was this actress from the 50s that was kind of like a little short, chunky, blonde, white woman. She used to wear hair pretty much like how Nell wears her hair. But she was kind of short, chunky. She was a woman of the night, I believe, in the 50s and ran a saloon. Excuse me. And she always wore like really, really tight dresses. Not short, but, you know, they were long a lot of times, but just tight, cleavage up to her chin with a long blonde wig on or whatever. Like I said, pretty much styled in the way that Nell styles her hair. And that's what was giving from Destiny to me, like Mae West. If you don't know, Google Mae West. And then Sonny came out. I believe Sonny looked nice. Her hair was pretty. Makeup was fine. Not too much. Not too drastic. You know, like Miss Nell with them damn rhinestones on her damn eyelids. Looking like Shamar. Ugh. Anyway, these people need a stylist. But anyway, Sonny looked nice. Do you guys feel like Sonny is not married? We know she's married, but do you guys feel like Sonny is pregnant? I don't. I thought she was. She might have been doing that as an underplay for the overplay for whatever reasons why. I don't know why you would want to throw us off and make us think you were pregnant and you're not. Because she didn't really look pregnant to me. I mean, let me know in the comments if you guys felt like she looked pregnant during the reunion and if you feel like she's currently pregnant. I don't think so to me. She didn't look it. She just looked like she's big. You know, she's just been eating like a lot of us have over this winter. She just looks like she's been eating. She does not look like she's pregnant at this point yet. And I hope that she does get pregnant because that's what she really, really wants. So I'll be the first to tell you that early on I was dogging out Sonny. And when I say dogging out, I don't really mean like going in on her for real, for real. I probably just called her a big head a bunch of times or whatever. And maybe called her a liar. But after I heard more of her story and after I heard Moses speak on the situation, when he basically said he, out of his own mouth, he dated Destiny off and on for 15 years. When he met Destiny, he had a wife. Destiny just started liking him, took a liking to him. You know what I'm saying? Probably because of the way he looks, because Moses is handsome or whatever with the beard, right? Dark chocolate, nice looking guy, really manicured looking, keeps his beard looking nice and fresh and groomed. So, you know, Moses is not ugly. And, you know, they hooked up while he was married. Then he ended up getting divorced. I don't know if Destiny had anything to do with that. Probably so, though. Who knows? He didn't get into that. But he ended up getting a divorce from her. Ended up getting in another relationship with a whole nother woman. In Destiny and him still continue to hook up off and on. Destiny worked for the airlines, Delta, if I'm not mistaken. She would fly down St. Louis, or maybe he would fly up to Huntsville where she was at, vice versa. And, when they had that sit down on Love and Marriage, they both start saying to each other, I paid for you to come down here. And she would say, and I paid for you to come up here and see me. And he would say, I paid for you to come. Well, both of y'all sound stupid because she worked for the airline. So we already know she gets an automatic buddy pass because she works for the airlines, even if she's not a stewardess, which I believe that's what she was. She gets an automatic buddy pass or discount because she actually works for the airline. So, regardless of who paying for what, it wasn't even full price. And we talking 15 years ago. That's when the buddy pass tickets used to be like $60. Especially going to places like Huntsville and St. Louis. The damn tickets would be little or nothing. You know what I mean? So, miss us with that. Like y'all was really paying full price for some plane tickets. Anyway, the point is that Destiny has been a side chick to Moses for 15 years off and on. So you want to get all bent out of shape and mad because you truly, for the sake of this argument, truly feel that Sonny dated and actually married Moses when he was messing around with you. It's like, girl, you want somebody to give you respect that you don't even give. And that's the hypocrisy. That's how her and Martell thinks. They want everyone to treat them in a certain way, and they don't give anyone that same courtesy or same respect. You didn't care about the woman he was married to or the girlfriend he ended up having. You still continue to talk to him because you wanted to and he allowed you to. So that's what you did. And Sonny has already stated that she did not feel like y'all was drip drop friends like that. And if she ended up seeing Moses after the fact, she met him at your birthday dinner or whatever the case may be, knew that y'all dated. But if she seen him after the fact and y'all wasn't currently dating at that time, and if she wanted to actually date him and marry him, she felt like she could do that because she don't owe you anything. And I do believe that now because, when you're not close to a woman, you kind of don't owe them nothing. You know what I'm saying? That's just like a woman I work with. This is not a true story. I'm just using it as an example. If you work with a woman, y'all work together, but, maybe you knew that she was dating or married to Jimmy. And then her and Jimmy gets a divorce. You end up seeing Jimmy 2-3 years later at Target. Jimmy spots you. Jimmy hollers at you. Y'all exchange number again. You end up dating Jimmy. And then ultimately getting married to Jimmy. Did you owe anything to Lisa at the job? The customer service rep you worked with in the queue next to you or behind you? Not really. Yes, I knew her, but I don't really owe her nothing. That woman, you know what I mean? And vice versa. She would have did me the same way. That's not girl code. That's your co-worker. Now, it is some women that wouldn't still dream of doing that. And that's fine. But for the women who do it, I don't really see nothing wrong with it either because I don't really know the lady like that. Yes, we talked at work. Yes, we might have had lunch or whatever, but she ain't really my friend. And the guy, she don't even go with him no more. She's not married to him anymore. Now I know him and yeah, I like him. I want to date him or we got married or whatever. So, yeah. Now, I'm just talking about, these things happening organically. I ain't talking about no manipulation. Like, I'm not saying that the woman tried to meet her ex, tried to go where the ex was at, you know what I mean? That's like manipulation. Like you're trying to make it happen so you can meet him and date him or whatever. I'm just saying something that just happened organically. You had no idea this was going to happen. You know what I'm saying? But anyway, moving on. I don't want this video to be long. It's probably already long, but yeah, it was clear that Carlos King was siding with Destiny, and then Destiny had the nerve to actually say that Mel and Sonny met up to discuss this storyline for her to come on the show. And even though Carlos was siding with Destiny. I'm so glad he actually said out of his mouth, when he found out that Sonny and Moses got married, he reached out to Sonny and asked her to come on the show. He said when he found out that they got married, it was no way that he, didn't want her to be on this show, because he wanted her and him to be able to tell their story. So it's like, Destiny, you just sat there and lied that quick out of your mouth. Just had the lie roll off your tongue that quick without even blinking. And tried to make a narrative that they went somewhere and sat down and discussed them coming on the show based on Mel conjuring this up and asking her to come on the show, when that ain't even the case. Carlos King did it. Carlos King said it out of his own mouth. So you look stupid, you look desperate, and you look pathetic, because that's what you are. And we see that they went ahead and snipped that clip of Destiny mentioning grooming, because they already have heard all the YouTubers going to town on that. They also probably heard Mel speak on it on her live. But it's too late. Everybody already has screenshots of it from when OWN released the trailer. Okay, so it's not an urban legend. You know what I mean? People actually has screenshots of it, recorded it. You know what I'm saying? So Mel's attorney is still going to reach out to Kingdom Reign and probably OWN as well. You know what I mean? If she could get money from OWN as well, why not? You know what I'm saying? So don't act like just because you cut it from the scene, unless it's going to come up on the last episode of the reunion, and we'll see next week, this week coming. We'll see, but I doubt it. I'm quite sure they got rid of it because it was supposed to be this episode, which is why they came out with that trailer last week. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah, it was supposed to be in this episode, but they cut it out. But it's too late because everybody still got screenshots of it. So deal with that, Carlos. Hope you got a good attorney. All right. What else? Tisha, she's trying to be on the fence, but we all know deep down, she truly does not care for Mel, because she's forever jealous of Mel. But she was trying to act like she was helpful in giving her feedback, not necessarily positive feedback, but just feedback or whatever. Marcel, of course, always feels like he got to have a conversation with Mel. He's trying to tell her that she's being defensive or whatever. And it looked like Mel toward the end was entertaining him, like listening to him, which she probably really wasn't, but it looked like she was. When he was trying to explain to her that, you're not taking your gathering, you're not taking in what everybody's saying to you. It just seems like you're getting defensive when that's what you do to everybody else. When you have a problem with them, you gather people up and you want to have a discussion. And now that people is doing it to you, you're not receptive to it. It's really the gist, right? So, yeah, in my opinion, that's what the agenda was for the group, to get on Mel and gather her up the way that they feel she gathers them up when they talk mess or talk junk or speak on her. So we'll see what forget Shamar. Forget Shamar. I mean, it's nothing. She's nothing. Forget Shamar. She just lied across the board. No, she didn't sleep with Martell. No, she didn't go over, or she went over to the house, but no, she didn't sleep with him. No, he didn't try to do anything with her. No, he didn't kiss her. All he did was talk about Mel and the marriage and the demise of the marriage and how he still loves her and wanted to be married. And I think Carlos King asked her, but do you realize going up to his house, what it looks like or whatever. And she was like, yes, but nothing happened. So whatever, girl. Whatever, Sharmar. We will see in the next episode that they continue to talk about this. And Martell, I guess, plays around and says, yes, we slept together. And then basically does a psych, or, he doesn't say psych, but, basically it's like a jokey joke, ha ha, he he moment for him. Whereas Ken is looking like, what? He didn't like the joke. So we'll see what happens next week. You guys drop down in the comments. Tell me what you think. Hopefully this video is not 30 minutes or 25, 26 minutes. I didn't want it to be that long. But drop down in the comments. I do talk back. Like the video, subscribe, and until next time, guys. Bye.